Here in the Scotch Creek Valley is the tiny town of Chesaw, Washington. In the mid-1800s, a Chinese settler named Chesaw immigrated to this area. He married a Native American woman. Locals say this is the remnants of his very cabin. Today, Chesaw is home to less than 100 people. There's more cows here than there are humans. Along the main street here are about 20 homes, some of them actually abandoned. Also included is the general store and the local tavern. If you'd like to visit this quiet old mining town, the hotel, it's a little rustic, and I hope you don't mind sharing it with a few pigeons and swallows. During its heyday, this town was over 1,000 people. Now, less than 100 are left here, living life the old way. This is kind of the downtown, I guess, of Chesaw. The Chesaw General Store has been there forever, and so is the tavern next to it. You can even see dudes in there refreshing themselves, and a gentleman there purchasing gas. I'm finally headed up to my third stop, the ghost town of Molson. I've used a lot of time stopping all over the place at all these cool looking things. And you can see just everywhere you look. There's old ruined cabins and farmlands and buildings and shit like that. And people that are going to give you odd looks. But just these old places that time has forgotten. So here I am in the ghost town of Molson. I'm about 12 miles south of the Canadian border, and this old town here is incredibly historic, and as you can see, a lot of it is still here. The town has been set up museum style. Farm tools and other artifacts have been gathered here in this field outside of the buildings. There's some old logging equipment here and a pump. Let's pay a visit to the old sheriff's office. Oh yeah. Okay, this is cool. There's an old typewriter and chair. Some really old books. The assay house here was where ore from the mines was analyzed and inspected for quality and purity, and also smelted right here. The old customs office. Like I said, we're very close to the border now. Under 12 miles, I think. Okay, I have to admit, that totally creeped me out too. I don't know how much of this is like authentically supposed to be here as opposed to being staged here. Homestead locators. Is this a real estate office, maybe? Look at that there. As an electrician, I can laugh at that because I know exactly what's going on there. But let's see if it's open. Stop at the old church here. Up until 1980s. inspect what's going on here. Pretty cool.
This old schoolhouse here was built in the 40s and serviced the area up until 1984. If you have time, you could go inside, and it's actually set up as a museum. The town of Molson has a touch-and-go history. It sprang up nearly overnight in the early 1900s when gold was discovered in the hills nearby. But by 1901, the mine started running dry, and the town's population dropped below 20. However, in 1905, the railroad was begun to be built and passed right past the town, and once again its population swelled. After the mines ran totally dry, the town served more as a farming area as well as a customs outpost for a Canadian border crossing. From the 30s through the 60s, the town's population sat around the 200 mark. However, in the 70s and into the 80s, the population dropped once again. To this day now, it is said there's roughly 25 people living in this town.
Be another cool spot for the drone. I really need to get moving. There's not enough time to catch everything that's out here, but no trespassing, so droning that would be awesome. Okay, I'm trying to get to my next ghost town stop called Nighthawk. And just everywhere I turn, there's just too much awesome stuff. And I have to stop, I have to look, I have to take pictures, I have to fly. I mean, look behind me there. And then look behind me there. I mean, I gotta fly this. So this is the ghost town of Nighthawk, and man, I think I hear wolves. That is so cool. Anyway, this is the ghost town of Nighthawk, established in 1899, and it's not 100% ghost town either. You can see there's a working farm behind me. There's horses, and I just saw a guy pull his truck up right over there. So there's still activity here, and you can see cows grazing all up and down that hill there. But look at this. What is this? Whitish, tannish material all over the ground here. I can only guess that this is the remains of where the mine once was. And this wooden structure. Oh, you know what this is. So rad. I know what this is. This is the mine. This is Nighthawk Mine, guys. This was the thing that conveyor belt kind of thing that brought the mine carts and minerals and stuff up out of the mine. And there you go. These old bits and pieces. And there, my friends, is Nighthawk Mine. And you can see the rock here. Tons of like quartz in it. So you can only guess. I mean, I'm no expert, but you can only guess, I think, where there's quartz and granite, there's often gold. I think that's what they were mining here. Okay, so this I think is the main part of Nighthawk, and this is where I saw a guy driving his truck and stuff, and it looks like there's active homes mixed in with the old dilapidated abandoned homes.
Nighthawk is one of the oldest mining districts in the area, before Washington was even a state. By 1865, it is said there was more than 3,000 miners, mostly living in tents and small shacks in the area, working at multiple mines. As with most of the boom towns in this area, as operating costs rose and mining returns fell, it didn't take long for the mines and town to fall with it. The current population is estimated at 17 to 20. Spending time out here really got me thinking. In our modern lives with high-speed internet and cable television, Facebook, and text messaging, we're more disconnected than ever. Life without all that, we'd be forced to get together. We'd be forced to build interpersonal relationships. We'd be forced to meet in person. How much stronger would families and communities be?
This episode of driving 800 miles and sleeping for maybe a total of 6 hours in 2 days is brought to you by Stoke Cold Brew Coffee. For geeks, by geeks, so geeks can keep doing what geeks do. Now that's good coffee. So thank you for joining me on Okanogen Ghost Town Adventures. And you know the drill. If you like it, show me. Give me the old thumbs up. Please share, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment. And if you're local, maybe give me a suggestion of where to check out next. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you'll join me again, and we'll see you all real soon.